All right. So, yeah, you guys have any questions concerning this real estate investment world?
Just wondering if I only have about 5 to 10% to put down on a property, how does that work? Is that a reasonable budget?
Every budget is a reasonable budget. The fact that you have 5% or 10%, that's even more easier because then you can buy within your budget. You can find a property with a 5% value or a 10% value, and then you buy within that budget, and that makes it easy for you. For the most part, if you're going to buy with 5% or 10%, those are predominantly your first home. If you're a first-time home buyer, you can get it with 5% or 10% as well. So you just got to find the property, the right project that accommodate your finances. That's all.
Why would I want to invest in pre-construction rather than resale?
You can do both. You don't have to invest. It's not either or. It depends on your investment style or investment choice. Okay, I prefer brand new homes because of a few things. Number one, brand new homes tends to appreciate a lot faster because it's new. People like new things. Okay, so you get a better appreciation with the brand new homes. Second to that, because the home is brand new and has a higher value, you tend to attract a better quality clientele in sense of renters. Okay, so if you come to a small town and you have a brand new home, it's in a new neighborhood, you're attracting all the professionals, the teachers and the nurses and all the professionals, the working class people, because they is probably the ones can afford to be in your brand new home. Whereas if you go for an older home in an old town or old community, you tend to attract the masses, and we don't like the masses to be our tenants. We like skilled people that go to work and can afford to pay our rent, and we don't have any problems collecting rent from our tenants on a monthly basis.
Is it best to Airbnb a property that I'd be investing in, or is it best to just do a regular tenant to landlord situation?
Again, it's up to your comfort level as an investor. I've done both. I've done Airbnb, I've done regular landlording. Airbnb allows you to make a little bit more money than regular landlording. It also gives you more control of your property. You can clean it much frequently. You can visit it more often because you have guests moving in, guests moving out. But for the most part, from a financial perspective, you can make more money in rental income from an Airbnb than a regular house. The other thing is with the housing market, with the regular rental market, sometimes you might be capped by the government of how much you can increase your rent on an annual basis. With Airbnb, you also be getting market rent or market price for your property because you can be charging what the mass is going to afford to pay. You can increase your price, you can decrease your price anytime you want. With regular rent, you don't have that kind of flexibility. Okay, so that's why I would prefer Airbnb over regular rental. Of course, if it's allowed in your local municipality as well.
Okay, and say I'm purchasing a townhouse and I plan on splitting up the property. Say I rent out the top portion and then the bottom portion. What type of rental income can I look forward to? Approximate range.
Well, it depends on what city you're in. If you just go to a wide scale, you can get rental income from a basement anywhere from $1,500 up to $2,000. I've seen $2,200 a month for the basement alone. The upper level, whether it's 3-bedroom or 4 bedrooms, anywhere from, in the current market, I think from $2,800 up to $3,500 a month for 3 or 4 bedroom upper level. And based on the new house prices, if you get the top level rent on those properties, you should have to cash flow positively every single month because the interest rate is so low.
And how do I build a real estate portfolio? How do I go about owning multiple properties? Is that something that's difficult?
No, it's not difficult at all. And if you're going to build a real estate portfolio, first you want to work with somebody who understands what you're trying to do. Okay, so the two key elements to your portfolio is your real estate broker or real estate agent and your mortgage broker. These two people need to be in line with what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so you can better strategize. So most of the time, if you find them into a team setting, is even better because they can communicate with each other. Okay, so the mortgage broker will be able to align your finances for mortgages, and then the real estate broker will be able to align your real estate properties. More important, the right kind of properties. Okay, and you need to sit and strategize of how you're going to buy these properties, when you're going to buy these properties, and what kind of properties you should be buying. There's sometimes you can buy a property that you think you're going to hold, and the market does so well, you can flip that property out. That means sell that property and buy something even better. Okay, now I don't like selling real estate, but if you're going to optimize your property to get something bigger, better, smarter, then that makes the world of sense. Okay, so it's not difficult. You're gonna have time when you buy one property or two property in 1 year, and then you tapped out for capital. That means you have to wait another year or two when the market appreciates, and then you go and you refinance again and go and buy more and more real estate. But it's a very easy concept. If you start it young, if you start it right, and you stick to it, I think most people can retire. Most investors can retire at a very young age investing in real estate.
And based on the income that comes from rental properties, would you say that income is something that could be equivalent to a full-time job?
Oh yeah. If you build the difference with a job and a real estate portfolio, when you stop working your job, your income cut. When you establish a proper real estate portfolio, your income is there forever, for the rest of your life. More important, as the income from the property increase every year, so does your full-time income increase. But you got to be patient and put a lot of time in and build it right. First of all, if that's what you're trying to achieve, some people just want access to a lot of money, just want capital. So they buy stuff that appreciates very well and they get good capital. Some folks want income replacement. If you want income replacement, you got to be very specific with the kind of property you buy. First of all, every property you buy should be giving you positive cash flow, because the positive cash flow over time is what replaces that income for you. Okay, so you got to be very specific when you decide to invest your money, if you're trying to accomplish income replacement. Now, if you just want to make lots of money, want to make millions of dollars worth of equity, then you buy things that appreciates very well and you have a lot of capital, and you can do whatever you want to do with that money after the fact.
And would you say that there is such thing as a starter investment? Is there a specific type of property that I would go for, or is it just simply based on my own funds?
It's based, you always have to buy what you qualify to buy, what you can afford to buy. But if you ask me the ideal property that you would want to own as an investor, and to start right, if that's what you're asking, you want to own a 4-bedroom, double-car garage house, whether it's a townhouse, a semi, or a detached. 4-bedroom, double-car garage where you can rent out the basement, give you one income, and the upper level give you another income. That's the ideal property you want. 4-bedroom, double-car garage, whether it's a townhouse, whether it's a semi, or whether it's a detached. Now, let me show you a trick to the story. If you get a 4-bedroom double-car garage in a townhouse of that, with those features, appreciates just as much, sometimes even more, than a detached home. And you're paying a whole lot less price for it. For instance, we have a townhouse right now in the market. The seller looking for 1.2, 1.3 for that property. It's a 4-bedroom double-car garage on assignment sale. For you to get a 4-bedroom double-car garage home detached in the same area is about 1.6 million. So 1.6, 1.2. See the difference? So so as an investor, what do? We go to the townhouse instead, because we're getting the same rental feature as a detached, with a lot less on our costs. So we go with the townhouse instead.
And why specifically the 4-bedroom? Why is a 3-bedroom not good enough?
The 3-bedroom is good enough if you want to start off that way. But if you look at mass appeal for rental, what the mass is looking for rental, most times they're looking for a 4-bedroom house. You also get your top rental income if you have a 4-bedroom house. Doesn't mean a 3-bedroom wouldn't work. I have 3-bedroom townhouses. They work just as well. But my 4-bedroom house, the income is night and day. You can get an extra $400, $500, $600 a month more just for the 4-bedroom compared to the 3-bedroom. And if you want to sell, you go to the resale market, you see the difference where a person would pay for a 4-bedroom double car garage versus a 3-bedroom single car garage.
When deciding to separate the property so I'm able to rent out the top and the bottom, what are the renovation costs to looking like?
Well, it depends on number one, who you work with, the contractor. Second, what you want to put inside the property. The more fancy you make it, and costs you more. But I always say do it right. Do it right the first time. Then you do less renovation, less repairs in the future. So that's a typical basement. Can cost you right now anywhere between $45,000 to $65,000 from unfinished to completely finished. Again, that depends if you had an entrance already to the basement or you have to create one. That number can go higher or lower. If you want to put fancy stuff in the basement, I personally like to put porcelain tiles on my basement floor. A lot of people like to put linoleum. They like to put what do we call this stuff? They like to put carpet. They like to put all that cheap wood stuff. I don't do all that stuff. I put porcelain tiles, 12 by 24 in all my basements. Why do I do that? I've been in real estate since I'm 22 years old. And when I walk into a house from 2 days old to 100 years old, the only thing I see survive so long is the tile. Everything else gets old. As a landlord, my number one strategy is to keep my costs low at any given time. So tile, it takes a lot of beating before something goes wrong with it. Okay? So I always like to put porcelain tiles on my floor in my basements. And if you vent it or HVAC the basement properly, you won't have a cold problem. It'll be just fine. The basement will be nice and warm. So that's what I prefer. The other thing I like to do, I like to put high gloss paint on my walls. And a lot of people have a different opinion of that. I put high gloss paint on my wall. Why? When a tenant move out, rather than calling a guy to repaint the whole property, I just wash the walls. The cleaning ladies wash the walls, and it looks brand new all over again. Okay? And now that we see stuff like granite countertop and quartz is becoming cheaper and cheaper now, I install that in all the countertops. You put granite in, you put quartz on the countertop, you put a backsplash in, it looks nice. The basements now today look like nice condos. And if you set it up right, you can get full market rent for your property for a very, very long time. More important, you can have a bidding war for someone who want to get into your basement apartment.
So when coming up with the income to pay for these properties, would I be able to go and take the equity out of my previous property on a continual basis?
To raise capital, yes. To raise capital, you can go into your property and take equity to come up with a down payment to keep buying more and more. But again, that's why it's so important that you work closely to a professional mortgage broker who understands how to build a portfolio, who understands how to get you qualified, who understands whether you can go to an A lender or a B lender or sometimes a private lender to get you qualified. And a lot of people have things against private lenders, but sometimes private lenders can get you into a property for 6 months to a year until you can qualify to the A side and B side, which gets you better rates. So you can go private temporarily, but over the long haul, you want to get into the A lenders or B lenders with the rates is a bit more satisfying to your finances. Shazam, to your success. See you then.